we now have a voicemail line. We know that it can be frustrating to call in and wait for a long time. We hear you, that stinks. So by including the voicemail line, it will allow everyone to get a chance to have their topic heard. We'll listen to the voicemails, then line up calls with the ones that we love. This means the more interesting your topic and the more energy that you bring increases your chances of being featured on the show. So if you want to be on the show, call 218-303-5095. You can call in 24/7. And again, the number is 218-303-5095. And if you forget the number, it's in the description of the podcast, so don't worry. Cheers. Enjoy the episode.
Do you research a city before you go into it? Or
sometimes people try to send me stuff. They're like, if you want to make jokes about the city, here's some stuff. But I don't really want to.
Yeah.
Unless, I see something that's cool and funny, then I'll do it. But
got it.
I don't know. I just feel like if I'm picking the things that is somebody's, it's like people are probably already doing this. They're probably all riffing on these things.
Yeah. They picked it apart pretty good, and the people who go there see comedy shows, they've heard it all.
Yeah, and I don't really like to make fun of the city that I'm doing comedy in.
Right. You don't want to roast the city.
Yeah.
I get it. Yeah. Kind of sets the table in a weird way a little bit, especially if you hit on like one of those things that people are actually, soft on, or sensitive to. Yeah. Like Miles, if someone were to go to Fargo, and what would be the joke that would piss you off?
We get a lot of there's nothing going on here. Like, why do you guys live here? A lot of that stuff, but it doesn't really piss me off.
And that's boring though, because it's like there is stuff going on in Fargo.
That's true.
I've been there a couple of times. It's pretty fun.
Yeah. We've had some good times there. That's for sure.
It's just when you get right outside of Fargo, that's where we get the rap. Charlie, we were driving in the winter outside of Fargo, and Charlie looks at me and just says, "Are we on the moon?"
Oh, yeah.
It's just flat.
Well, from Fargo to Bismarck, that's where nothing's going on.
There's roadside attractions.
Yeah.
There's a big buffalo statue.
Yeah.
The only thing going on is just snow drifts. Like I did a Bismarck Fargo run in January, I think, last year or something. And oh man, you ever do that in winter that you get those snow drifts?
Yeah, I actually went to Devil's Lake, North Dakota.
Okay,
I think I had to fly into Bismarck. Would that make sense?
Or Grand Forks, maybe?
One of the, I feel like they had
kind of
like a lot of ATVs in the airport on display. I do think that. And then the whole ride, it was snow drifts.
Yeah, which are gnarly. Yeah, you think that that'll be fine. I can go 70 miles over that thing, and then you're fishtailing in an SUV.
Yeah, the Bismarck Airport, they got the ATVs. That's like the handicap carts that people ride.
Yeah.
You just have to hop on the back of a four-wheeler and go through the airport
that's much
in Bismarck.
Better, yeah.
Before we get too far along, let me introduce you, ladies and gentlemen. We got comedian Dusty Slay here today, joining the Bellied Up podcast, and it's a pleasure to have you here, man.
Thanks for having me.
And let's let people know right off the top too. You're going to be for my Milwaukee people. You're coming to town.
Yeah, I got some new dates. This I'm doing today. I don't know when this comes out, but today is the launch of my second half of the tour, and I'm in Madison, Wisconsin on August 15th.
Oh.
For some reason on this poster it says coming soon. But we're doing the announce today. I don't know why it says that.
Yeah.
And then August 16th, I'm in Milwaukee.
Okay.
And then just later on, November 21st, I'm in Wausau. And then November 22nd, I'm in Green Bay.
That's going to be awesome, man.
Yeah.
That's a good stretch. Those are all great cities, and you pick the nice months to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Wisconsin. It's great.
Yeah.
I've been all over.
You should have.
I'm not a big fan of Egg Harbor, but everywhere else I like.
Whoa. Wow. What happened in Egg Harbor?
Actually, it's fine. But they had Funny Business had a show at Egg Harbor. I don't know if you ever worked with Funny Business, but it's just kind of a resort place.
Yeah.
And the show was not great. I didn't like it. I was on stage. It was too well lit. I could see the whole audience the whole time. And it just, my feature at the time, Aaron Weber, he was on stage. He was doing pretty good. And I thought, all right, well, this is going to be great. And then they just did not like me. And I got off stage, and the guy who was paying me had my check in his hand. And I took the check, and I beat people from the audience out to the car. I never have left so fast. Like I was getting in my car at the same time people in the show was getting in their car.
Wait, why was it so that is kind of like a ritzy, the ritziest part of Wisconsin you can go to. It's Door County, Miles, so it's right in the thumb there. And yeah, there's some spendy people, but to be fair to Wisconsin, a lot of them come from Illinois.
Yeah.
So
okay. Yeah, well, that makes sense.
Did you offend like Chicago people early on?
I don't think so. I don't know what happened, but nothing bad happened. But it's just kind of one of those where you're like, all right, that joke didn't really work, but I'll get them on the next one. And then after a while, you're like, all right, this is never going to kick into gear here. And then you're up there for an hour, and then you go, all right, well, see ya. Thanks for coming out, I guess.
You beat them out the door, and they think you're their Uber.
Oh, yeah. I'm ready to go. I'd never been out of a venue so fast. And they weren't giving me a hotel there, so I had to drive to get to the hotel. So I was like, let's just get out of here right now.
Yeah.
I don't want to hang around and have someone go, hey, great set. I didn't want to hear it.
Yeah.
You know?
It was kind of like you blow up a public bathroom and you come back to the table and you're like, guys, we got to go.
Yeah, exactly.
This is going to be
exactly. Or you just go on out and text your friends. I'm out I'm in the car. Pay the tab. I'll get you back.
So when you like what's been like your worst bomb as a comedian, if not Egg Harbor?
I wouldn't say that's the worst, because that was like it was a weird one there, because it's like it's going well enough to where you can't like I don't know, if you're really bombing, you can just break and just go, all right, I'm just going to do new jokes. None of this is working. I'm just going to work on some things.
Plan B.
But with Egg Harbor, it was always like, oh, no, I'm about to turn a corner here. I don't know. There's been so many bad bombs along the way. I don't bomb anymore, which is nice. I mean, who knows? Maybe tomorrow I do. But I don't bomb anymore, which is nice. But I bomb. I've had some weird corporate events. I did one in Charlotte, North Carolina. It was like a beer event. Like it was, I forget what company, but Red's Apple Ale was the tent that I was doing. But it was whoever the parent company for Red's Apple Ale is, had a big thing, and it was in a convention center. So they had all the tents set up for every alcohol that they own. And then they had a different thing going on. So like next to me was a booth, and they had a DJ, and then there was my booth, and then the next one was like a dunking booth. And then I was in the middle, and I was doing comedy on a high stage behind the bartenders. So there were two girls serving Red's Apple Ale, and I was behind them on a high stage with a wireless mic, and they wanted me to do 3 separate 30-minute sets. And I'm just up there, and after, 5 minutes, you're like, no one's listening to me. There's no audience. I'm just talking. I'm just trying. When people come up to get a drink, I'm reading their name tag and trying to make jokes. One lady was like, what are you doing up there? So that's probably the worst.
Okay.
It was pretty good pay. Pretty good pay at the time, but even now, I don't think I would do it for that pay.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that gig.
Those corporate ones are always very interesting because they're always very well lit, as you said. And then there's a lot of people who are just not comfortable laughing. And so I think one way is you got to find where HR is sitting and just maybe acknowledge that, right off the bat.
That's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Ask them to leave.
Yeah,
HR leaves so the rest of the company can, let their
enjoy
hair
themselves
down a little bit. Yeah.
I say that, but having done that at several corporate shows, it never really is that big of a hit,
It's always show to show, I had one guy, he was he hired me, he was the head of the event, and he looked like Triple H, the wrestler. And I made a joke about him. I was like, I didn't know Triple H worked here, They got no laughs. I was like, come on, guys, this guy looks just like Triple H. And I think they were afraid of him.
Yeah.
And they were like, we don't want to laugh.
Yeah. You don't know those intricate, delicate politics. And if you do make fun of the wrong guy, it puts an awkward thing in there.
And that was the Oklahoma Department of Transportation.
Oh, yeah. You're already.
DOT.
Yeah. Yeah. And they were like, they had the list of all their previous guests, and it was like, they had like George Bush, Peyton Manning. I was like, oh, it's not going well this year, huh?
No, we just thought we'd try a comedian.
Yeah.
Oh, did you? Yeah. No bonuses either, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's good. So you live here in Nashville,
Yes.
and you got like a farm or something, right?
Well, I live in a neighborhood, but I do outside of Nashville. I have a little land, and I have a little cabin out there, and I planted some, fruit trees, and I'm trying to do an orchard, but it's an hour and 40 minutes away, so I don't get out there much. So
Yeah.
the trees are on their own.
Yeah, right.
I get out there once in a while, prune them up, try to make things look nice, but they're on their own out there right
You
now.
planted them, so your work's kind of done.
Yes.
It's like, hey,
It's like survival of the fittest out here. If you can make it, then you're well established.
It's like your parents
Yeah.
when they leave you at home, they just drop a 20 on the table, like that's for pizza. Good luck.
These
Yeah.
are turnkey trees, is what they are.
Yes.
Watching a lot of cable.
And then I got videos on it on YouTube, and I built these like swales for some of them where it's like, because it's on a hill, the whole thing's an incline, but you build kind of as it comes down, you build a little ditch, and then it goes up,
Oh,
and then
yeah.
you plant the trees on the ridge. So as the water comes down, it can puddle up in there. So you kind of collect the rain.
Yeah, that's
So
smart.
it soaks in slowly. So that's the plan.
And helps with erosion.
Yes.
From what I remember from science
Yeah, and then
class.
instead of all your topsoil washing away, it washes into the swales, and you get this good, fertilizer-rich soil.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
I'm impressed. I'm very impressed by that. Do you have like you got a little bobcat that what kind of toys do you have out there?
Well, I just have a 4-wheeler and a 0-turn, but I think I would like to get into a little backhoe, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Some kind of thing. I'd like to be able to dig my own holes.
Yeah.
You know?
You like
know what I
to
mean?
dabble at least.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know Ginger Billy, and he said that's what he has, is something like that. You know Ginger Billy?
Yeah, I do.
And he's bought that sort of thing, so he said that's what he does. He just kind of gets to play around and
Well,
dig
this is
holes.
the second podcast we've done in a row where we've talked about that there's just nothing better than digging a hole.
Yeah, it is fun.
It's great.
Something about moving dirt from point A to point B, it's just all we need as guys to be happy, I feel like.
Yeah.
It's like if you ever mess with a forklift, it's the same thing. I'm just moving pallets from one place to another, but
Yeah.
it's the best time in the
It
world.
is fun. I used to drive a forklift at Office Depot. It is a good time.
Were you a good forklift operator?
Yeah, were you forklift
I think
certified?
so. Now I was forklift certified, but this was, this is Office Depot. This is not, a giant warehouse. So it's a battery powered forklift. It's not, it's not a gas powered.
Yeah, you
it's
don't
not
have a
heavy duty.
tank in back or anything.
But it was still pretty fun.
Do you have any forklift accidents?
No. And I should have. I mean, I was high a lot back then. And I'd have to go in and, I guess I probably knocked over a pallet, but it's, it's not like those you see on TV where the guy, or on the internet where the guy wrecks the whole shelf.
Yeah.
I just tipped one over. But, as people would get fired at Office Depot, they would not rehire anybody. So I would just kind of absorb all these positions. So I was the furniture guy and the stocker, but I would sell someone a piece of furniture. I would go in the back. I would raise the forklift up to where the furniture was at, and then I would climb the shelf, put the furniture on the forklift, climb back down, lower it, put it on a cart, and then take them to the register, and I would run the register. I could do it all there.
That's impressive. Yeah. Did they ever put you on the tax accounts before you getting let go officially?
I don't know. What do you mean?
Oh, I don't know. Just saying you do every job there. It was my attempt at a joke, but I think the moment has passed.
No, they never even really acknowledged that I could do all these things.
Okay.
They were very disrespectful to me.
I mean, it's like the guy in a group project that does all the work. You were that guy, and then everyone else was just getting an A.
Yeah, and they would get mad at me about I'm like, guys, I'm doing it all here. Don't be harassing me about things. There was a guy named Roger, and Roger was the receiving manager, and the receiving manager position went away. So Roger got moved to a different position, and I took his old job, which wasn't a management position. So now Roger's out on the floor critiquing things. I'm like, I'm doing your old job and my old job, and you're just walking around out here. I got in trouble with Roger a lot. And
I can sense it. Yeah.
They had me in the office one time and they said, we could write you up for insubordination. And I go, I don't even know what that means.
Can't write me up for it if I don't know what it means.
Is that your favorite job that you've done, or was your favorite gig?
I don't know that I liked any of them that much. Waiting tables was probably the most fun for me.
Okay.
Yeah, because you're hanging out. It's like I was living in Charleston, South Carolina, so it's like a college city, beach city. So I didn't go to college, but that's kind of like my college experience.
Yeah.
I'm working with college-age people, and we're drinking and partying, and it's a great time.
Yeah.
Charleston's a beautiful party city, and I had a great time.
As a waiter, were
Yeah.
you the guy? Would you write it down, or would you try and remember it to impress
no.
the whole table?
I always wrote it down. It's not worth the risk to try to impress the table. They're not impressed enough when you pull it off versus when you mess up and they're like, you should have wrote it down.
When you pull it off, they're not like impressed. They're actually relieved. They're
Yeah.
like, oh, he did get it right.
Yeah.
Do you wait for people to take their first bite while asking them how the food was, or was it not even a restaurant where you would ask how the food was?
No, I would ask, but I would come back.
Yeah,
I'd give them a second, and then you come back.
All right, here's your omelet. How are the first bites tasting?
Yeah.
You haven't even.
I feel like that's a new thing. How are the first bites taken? When I was in the service industry, I never asked that at all.
I think that's just because you weren't very good.
I could have been not very good. Yeah.
I like to go, how is it? I don't want to get into how many bites you've had.
Yeah.
I like to just go, how's it going
It
here?
looks like you got about 10 bites down. How's 10 bites?
Yeah. You've got 10, but you've only got 2. You must, it's like you don't want to.
Yeah, you don't like it?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's I noticed something working at Auntie Anne's as a pretzel roller. I bring that up because it's it's one of my. I like to name drop Auntie Anne every now and again. And
I don't know a lot of pretzel rollers.
Oh yeah, well it's
show them the move, Charlie.
Let me show you.
This is the move. Here we go, Charlie's. Oh yeah.
Okay. Wow. Oh, okay. That's dough. Yeah. Oh yeah. All right. Wow, look at that. A Mike Cord pretzel.
There
That's
you go.
Good.
Yeah. Be impressed, you guys. But with the dough, it's a little bit, more seamless.
Yeah.
You'd be more impressed.
I've worked with dough. I used to work at Papa John's, so I messed around with dough a little
There
bit.
you go.
Yeah.
Did you notice in the Papa John's setting that if there was no line, nobody would come? But as soon as a line started, you would just have a line all day?
Well, I was a delivery guy.
Okay.
So I was, I was in and out.
Yeah.
I was manager for a day. I got hired, I got promoted, and then it didn't go as well as they had hoped.
No.
One day?
Yeah.
What could someone do in one day to lose the promotion?
My manager, he wanted to go to a concert, and he was like, "Do you want to be manager?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'll be the manager." And he gave me a real crash course, and then took off. The shift went well, but I didn't grasp any of the closing paperwork.
Oh yeah.
He wanted me to print off all it was like a Scantron, remember those with the dot matrix, and I was like, this was, early 2000s, and I was like, I don't know what's going on. He's like, you staple this and count this, and I was like, I don't know, man, but you get out of here, I'll hold it down,
Have fun at the concert.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Well, what do you think, Miles? Should we take some callers?
I think we should. Yeah, let's do it.
Bellied up.
It is. This is Miles, Charlie, and the comedian Dusty Slay is on the line with you.
All right, Gabe, we're having a good time.
Hey.
Okay.
Gabe.
So Gabe, we hear you clean porta potties.
Yep, I do.
Let's hear about it. What's going on in the porta potty game these days?
Man, I don't know how to start this off. I mean, just got into it, and like anyone else would say, it's a pretty shitty business.
Yeah.
Nice. I see what you did there, Gabe. Now, listen, I want to ask you, what inspired you to get into the porta pot biz?
Well, long story short, I'm actually going to school for engineering, and they always say, well, if you want to become an engineer, you have to know what's going on in the job site. So I decided to choose this job.
Are you looking to engineer porta potties?
Oh yeah, no.
Okay.
I'm in the buildings behind the porta potties, but
Okay.
You got to start somewhere, though.
got to start somewhere. Got to get on the job site.
Yeah, it's like they're like, start from the bottom, work your way up. And you're like, I don't know if you need to start that far in the bottom.
Well, when you're cleaning them, are you like once they're back at the the lot, are you cleaning them, or you go in with like a spray bottle and you're wiping down the seat? I'm just trying to get a gauge of what's going on.
Oh, the boss man, he's pretty hard on me when it comes to cleaning. So you got to get in there. You got to completely suck them out and make sure they're all cleaned up for the next day, and get the new toilet paper in. And
well, it's underappreciated. I'm sure you don't get enough thanks about it, but we appreciate it when we're using them and they've been freshly sucked out.
When I used to work concrete construction, it was always the buzz of the job site whenever we found a clean porta potty around the job site. You know what I mean? 'Cause not every
and it wasn't clean for long, I'll tell you that.
You wanted to find it first. You want to be a first one in there.
Yeah,
otherwise...
I mean, I've never done construction, but I have worked at Home Depot, and I know what they're doing to that bathroom in there, and those flush.
That's true. What would you do about? Would you have to remove all of the markers and stuff that they would write? Call this number for a good time. Would you have to remove that, or do you guys just say, "Fuck it, we're just gonna let it ride and not clean that off the walls"?
Man, as much as I'd love to keep those there because they are a fun time to read.
Fun time to call.
They are a fun time to call. I think I found your guys' phone number up on one of those.
Oh, did you? I had a feeling. That's why he's calling in right now.
Actually, a good way to market.
That's how I met my wife.
What's the weirdest thing that you found in a porta potty when cleaning it out?
The weirdest thing I found.
Either written on the wall or just left in there.
Some trinkets or something.
I mean, some of those guys, they're pretty smart. They put whole news articles and funny toilet times and all of that.
What about in the thing though? Do you ever find like an old cell phone or a watch or a ring or a wig?
Cocaine.
Yeah, maybe Superman's changing in there.
Oh, just the usual stuff, soda bottles and those some of those guys out there, they love drinking their beer while working. So I find quite a bit of that.
Nothing like chugging a Miller Lite on the Porta John.
When it's 90 degrees out, and you're just sweating in there.
There was one time, though, the dude had to have taken every single article of clothing off and threw them in there. And that wasn't a great time for me. But
people are hot shitters sometimes.
T-shirt. Oh, yeah.
Either that or he didn't make it to the Porta.
Yeah, that could be it.
Full
it's
blowout.
like my kid at the last wedding we went to, we got to put him in the nice outfit with the little bow tie. It was so cute. And then he shit himself, went all over.
Yeah.
So we just had to dump the outfit in the bathroom. Same thing with that guy, I think.
Did you get a picture first, at least?
We got one picture. That was it. My wife was disappointed.
I like that you left that for the people cleaning up after the wedding. Hey, we're dumping this. We're just telling them we didn't dress our kid up.
Did you at least throw it out, or did you just leave it in case?
No. We threw it away in the garbage. Yeah.
You didn't put that I would take the bag, put it in the bag, zip it up tight, and then put it in the wash when you get home. That was
well. So we had to do that with the next outfit.
Oh, okay.
So we didn't bring an extra outfit. So then we had to borrow another outfit from my niece.
Well, what would Gabe do in this situation?
That's true.
That's all going in the trash.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no messing with that.
Have you ever found anything valuable? You ever find a watch down in the pooper?
Unfortunately, no, not yet. I mean, I still got my time to put in, but yeah, nothing yet. Nothing too valuable.
Is it as shitty as we think cleaning porta potties is, or is it not so bad? Does it get a bad rap?
Honestly, it's not that bad. I mean, the summer heats aren't very great right now. It's not too bad, but honestly, I don't really touch anything gross. And, some of those guys, they go out there and they put the whole hazmat suit and the gloves on, but I'm not too worried about that.
one time I was doing a gig and I needed to use the bathroom, and the bathroom was like, it was a restaurant, and the bathroom was like right there in the restaurant. And I was like, I don't know how this is going to be. And I'm about to do a gig here. I don't want to blow this thing up and then go, hey, let's do some comedy. So I went out back. I found a porta-potty and pooped in there. And it was worth it. I was very happy that, I mean, it seemed disgusting. And I think it would have been worse if people in the restaurant would go, is that the comedian out in the porta-potty? But I did it. And,
I think that really shows what kind of a guy you are.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
A stand-up guy, and showing Gabe your appreciation for the porta-pot business. I think we've all have had a porta-pot story where it saved us.
yeah.
You know?
And, another time I was in an Amish part of Tennessee, and I was using the porta-potty there, and the lock on the porta-potty was not good. Like, I turned it, but it didn't latch.
Yeah.
And then this Amish lady opened the door on me, and I may have ruined her life.
Wow. Yeah,
she ran away.
She probably never seen anything like
I
that
know.
before.
She ran away, and I still think about it.
Wow. I was saying, imagining like what ruined your life is not that you were shitting and that your pants were down. It's how you were sitting.
Yeah.
It's like one leg up on the side, just kind of like.
Yeah. It's kicking back, and I was reading a magazine in there. Amish Weekly.
Yeah, I mean, you did bring up being a hot shitter before. Are you a guy who takes your shirt off?
I've taken my shirt off a few times. Yeah. I mean, when it's like, yeah, you get in there and you're like, this is work's going to need to be put in here. I gotta take my socks off and my shirt.
Yeah, sometimes like just so I can focus, I'll just set my phone down.
Yeah.
It's like on the tub side of the tub. You're like, all right, that's gonna go there. I got to really focus here. Strip down a little bit.
Sometimes, you can feel a lot of pressure inside, and then you take the pants off. You're like, I just got to strip down here. I'm gonna be in here for a minute. Let's get comfortable.
What's kind of funny?
Let's get a fan.
Like in marriage, my wife now knows when I need to shit.
Oh,
really?
Based off of
the way you're walking,
how bad my farts are, how I'm walking, all that.
Oh, wow.
So sometimes she'll just be like, "Do you need to go to the bathroom?" So it's I'm just like a toddler these days.
Yeah.
Is there a certain piece of media that really kind of gets you in the mood to relax and get it going there? Like, is there an Instagram account that makes you nervous and that just allows things to happen?
I don't think so. I wish. I don't mind. I like to watch an old school wrestling video while I'm pooping.
Really?
Yeah,
like
a old, something like that. Ric Flair. I love a old wrestling clip.
Do you remember the Crusher?
No.
Oh, Milwaukee guy. Yeah.
Okay. The Crusher.
And when you're in Milwaukee, there's a statue to him. In
I'll
the
look him
South
up.
Side.
Next poop, I'll look up the Crusher.
Yeah.
There you go.
You'll thank me later on that.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, Gabe, is there any way as an engineer that you could revolutionize the porta-pot business? Have you been thinking about that? Like, how do you really change the porta-pot game?
Oh, this is kind of why I wanted to call in. I have my ideas, but I want to know specifically for Miles, since he was in the whole construction business. I want to know from the guys themselves what I can do to make it better.
Ooh, what a great guy. What a great guy.
I mean, your bosses are gonna love it, but just better toilet paper would be nice. That's one thing I think you should always spend money on is toilet paper.
What about bidets?
Ooh.
In the porta potty.
Wow. Now we're talking.
It's like using rainwater, maybe.
Yeah, rainwater bidets.
And you're not gonna get power out there, so they just put like a pedal in front of you, like
you gotta pump it. Yeah, you pump
with your feet, and it just splashes water on your ass. It's just a little thing.
That's like a
That's actually a great idea.
You can put a water tower on top of the porta potty.
Yeah, the whole top just catches the rainwater and it goes down, and then you pedal and it splashes on your ass.
I mean, this is we are cooking with gas right now. I feel like we got to patent this thing, Gabe.
Yeah.
You're a business partner with us now.
Oh yeah, I might have to talk to my boss up with that, and if he doesn't like it, I'll just go out and start my own company then.
Yeah,
see,
exactly.
You're a disruptor, is what that's called.
Oh yeah,
and take over the name John. You're like, it's a Porta Gabe now. You've heard of the Porta John, but now try the Porta Gabe. It's got like a cooler in there. It's a vending machine in there.
Better toilet paper.
Yeah.
And you should have a guy in there that's, you know, that guy in those high-end bathrooms that's like pulling out the paper for you. You should have a guy in your porta pots who's just making sure everything's okay.
This is what I think. You two options. You have the free porta potty that everybody can use, and then you have a porta potty that costs $5.
Yeah.
But that one has some luxury to it.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Delta Sky Lounge in the airport.
That's what I'm saying. You could get a monthly pass. So if you're on the construction site, you get your little key fob. It scans you're paying monthly for. That's the Porta Gabe.
Yeah, padded seats.
It's got Gold Bond in there.
Yeah.
You know,
Gold Bond would be
Yeah,
nice.
get a little chafing going on the work site.
That's a good
Yeah,
idea.
man, I like your guys' better more than what I was thinking.
Yeah.
It
I was also
sounds
thinking
crazy to
lounge,
have
but-
a subscription service to a porta potty, but there are so many people that would sign up for
I
that.
would pay for that just in the city. Any city you're in, there should be a thing, like a pay bathroom in here. So it's like you're out here walking around, you got to pee, you can't find any place, you got to go into a bar, pretend like you're going to buy a drink just to use the bathroom.
Yeah.
Give us just paid toilets out here.
Give us the option.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, a lot of people do have some extra cash to pay for that luxury. And
Yeah.
you think about all the other things we're spending money on. $5 on a coffee these
Looking
days.
You're buying a
$50 to
coffee
park.
just to
Yeah.
poop. I'll just spend the money to poop.
Yeah. That would save coffee.
Yeah.
That would send the price of coffee back down for everyone.
Yeah, and it's on Google Maps. You just type it in, where are the bathrooms, it pops up.
The Porta-Gabes.
Yeah, Porta Gabes.
Or there's an app for Porta-Gabe, and then think about all that data you collect.
Well, so
Yeah.
yeah, so
Yeah.
we
Oh yeah, now you're thinking.
Yeah.
we came up with an app for porta potties when I was working construction because again, it's like you never know where a good one is, and it was porta potty app where you would drop a pin if there was a porta potty there, and then you would rate it.
Oh,
So then the other construction workers be like, "This one's got a 2-star. I don't want to go shit there. If I go 2 blocks over, there's one that's got 4 stars. I'll probably go to that one."
Only for so long, though.
And the
the ratings changed drastically quick.
Yeah, and then it's like you link it up with the Porta Gabes, and then they can come service something that's really out of commission.
Smart. Very smart.
And then the whole motto was
I do
drop
like
a poo, drop a pin.
Because that's the real problem going on out here, right? Is like we all know that we got to pee and poop out here. Everybody, we all got to do it. But yet some of these cities are like holding us hostage on it. They're like, oh, no, we don't have any public restrooms. And it's like, why not, though? You
Yeah.
know I got to do it.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it. I'm not out here going, I hope I got to pee. It just happens.
It does happen.
And then you want to give me a ticket if I'm peeing on the playground.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, we've had a lot of issues with people just pissing outside our building. It's like, well, just let them go to the bathroom in the building.
Yeah.
You know,
Exactly.
It's like-
It's not. It's a pretty easy resolve here. I
And-
think we're onto something.
and
with
some places now they let you go to the bathroom, but they make it so hard. You got to go talk to a specific person that is the holder of the key to get into the
Oh,
bathroom.
yeah. Oh, the
Then there's
key
a code and then an eye scanner, retina scanner, just
Yeah.
to get you into the bathroom.
this. Yeah.
We need key fobs.
Anytime you're getting a key that's attached to like a big spoon or something or a ruler,
Yeah.
you know that you're probably in for a questionable situation. in
Oh,
that
yeah.
restroom.
The people holding the bathroom the most hostage are the worst ones.
Yeah, they're the ones who have not cleaned that bathroom for at least a week.
Yeah, they hold the key just so the Department of Health can't get in there.
Well, back to the porta potties, the premium ones, everyone that pays for it should get their own key, so they'll never have to deal with that or other
Exactly.
people breaking into it that don't have the subscription and
Yeah.
Yeah.
all
And if you
that.
get caught, death penalty. If you get caught using it and you're not paying for it, death penalty.
It's that simple. Yeah.
That would suck so bad. Like, it's running down your leg, and you're like, if I do this, I'll die.
Yeah.
So I just have to do it right here outside.
Or
Yeah.
pay $5 a month.
Yeah.
Death or $5 a month.
You're like doing the little like dance of like I gotta go, and you're like trying to plug in your credit card information to the app.
It's
so
like
you can get into
trying to park, every time you park, you got to fill out a new app for those things.
Oh, yeah.
That's annoying. You got to make it easy, an easy add-on. Well, Gabe, I feel like we got a good business cooking, man. Anything else you want to say about the Gabe?
The Porta-Gabes?
Porta-Gabes, yeah.
I'll give you guys 20%.
Oh, wow.
Well, we'll take nothing less than 60.
Well, we got to have
okay,
20.
I
There's
see.
3 hosts here. We got to have 20
Yeah, he
each.
said 20 each is what he
Yeah.
said,
Yeah,
right?
2 times 3,
20
that's
each.
6.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
It's a
I
good
see.
Don't
split.
worry, you'll still be majority owner.
We'll put up some funding. Right, guys?
$5.
So what do you guys
All right, Gabe. Well, we appreciate you calling in today, and stay safe out there, and good luck getting your engineering degree.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate you guys. Love you guys. All right.
Love you
You
back.
too. Have a
All
good
right.
one.
I got to tell you, Miles, you remember a couple years ago when I bought that hog, that Harley Davidson, that
Yes.
1998 Sportster,
Yep.
1200cc dynamite. Well, I got to tell you, it's scary to ride a motorcycle these days because everyone's out there on their phones. They're missing your blinkers and everything. You know, you can be riding perfectly on that motor hog, but other people may not be driving, may not be seeing, may not be paying attention to you. Well, what do you do if you get hit?
I call Nicolay.
You call Nicolay right away because Nicolay will get you taken care of. They'll get you that money that you deserve from the insurance companies you need. And listen, always wear your helmet, okay? Because if you don't have a head, can't call Nicolay.
Don't lose your head.
Don't lose your head. Call Nicolay now.
Hi, is this Stacy?
It is, yeah.
Stacy, you got Miles, Charlie, and Dusty Slay on the line from the Bellied Up podcast. I hear that you don't want to go to your sister's wedding. Can you tell us what's going on there?
Absolutely not. I do not want to go. Oh,
Hold on, Stacy.
Uh-oh.
Hold on one sec. Hello?
okay.
Your sister hacked into the line.
Yeah, she's not happy about this. You have good service over there, or is that us?
Not really. I'm in a power outage area that we haven't had power for a so
Well, tell your sister you didn't get the invitation.
right, there we go.
Yeah, you call her right now. She'll only get half of it. Hey, I can't. To your wedding.
Is this an Evite?
Right, yeah, I'd love to have that excuse. Sorry, you can't come. Is this a little bit better or no?
Yeah,
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So,
Okay.
So why don't you want to go to your sister's wedding?
I mean, the long and the short, she's just a bitch, and I just really don't want to go. It's one of those things. Moved away from home and just moved to the big city, and just kind of just became a bitch, to put it as bluntly as can be.
Big city of what?
It's just like my
Cedar Rapids?
What's
Where are we
that?
talking? What's the big city?
unfortunately, Charlie, it's Milwaukee.
Oh, wow. The big city of
Big time.
Milwaukee.
Big time.
Jeez,
Yeah.
Louise.
What
I
kind of
have absolutely nothing against Milwaukee, I promise.
Okay. Well, what city are you in?
Well, I am up in northern Michigan,
Upper Peninsula?
about 40 miles. No, north lower.
Oh, okay.
So I'm about 40 miles.
Sounds like it.
Yes, it does.
All right.
So what
but
kind
just
of-
kind of? She's also a pastor, and she's always doing this. Oh, my life is so hard. I'm a pastor, blah, whatever. And it's like, okay. And
yeah.
she keeps doing this. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, just the classic pastor, you know.
Classic
That's-
sister
Right.
pastor.
When I think of pastor, that's what I think of. Is oh, my life is so hard.
Right. Nothing. I mean, nothing. I mean, it's also. I'm also an atheist. Conversation. So.
Well, just tell her women aren't supposed to be pastors.
Simple this, simple that. It's like there is not going to be a damn thing about this thing that's going to be simple.
Yeah.
Glorified family picnic.
Simple
and
or
it's simple. What's that?
Simple or sinful? I don't know what you're saying.
Simple.
Oh, simple. Okay.
I mean, what kind of
Low key.
what kind of bitchy behavior are we talking about?
If the support, I can't afford this, then make changes. Do something.
Yeah.
And I have I have nothing against the guy she's marrying. I have only met him once when she brought him to my wedding. Nothing against him, but it's just kind of like, I don't know. She's just a bitch.
She came to your wedding, though. You got to go to hers.
Yeah.
you gotta
unfortunately.
go. I was going to tell you just to not go and then stop even talking to her. That's what I would do. But she came to your wedding.
I would love to do that.
You got to do it.
Right. Yeah. And my family just in general, they drive me that shit bananas to begin with. And it's just, my dad doesn't want to go either. And it's like, my mom is the only one who was excited about this thing. And like, my mom never even offered to like throw me any kind of bridal shower. And she did this whole hoopla for her. And it's just like,
Here we go. We're starting to see the layers.
We
here.
found it out. You're the daddy's girl. She's the mama's girl. And you're both jealous of each other. Now, when she was going...
Not jealous.
Right. No,
Yeah, sorry,
definitely not.
jealous,
Definitely not jealous at all. When she was going to your wedding, do you think she was calling in a podcast saying how much of a bitch you are? Or do you think that this is a one-way street?
I don't know.
Okay.
That's she can do whatever she wants. She's an adult.
Sounds like a maybe.
She was also it could be also all these suggestions, total judgy, glorified picnic that we had. It's wanted and have the day she wants to have, but
Do you think maybe when you guys are having phone calls, you're just getting lost in a miscommunication here? Maybe you're not communicating well because your signal's bad.
Yeah, sorry. I'm really sorry.
Don't be sorry. We just wonder if there's a beautiful relationship budding underneath, the
resentment.
Yeah. Maybe,
We used to be really close. We, get each other, but it was, once you move away from home and all that stuff, and but it's just like I don't even know who she is anymore, and I don't want to go to this thing. I got my husband out of it, but I have to stand up with her and do the whole bridesmaid thing. It's like, it was kind of she definitely asked me only out of and it's like whatever.
This is what I think. I think you go, have a few drinks. When the bridesmaids are giving the speeches, you take the mic, let all this out at the wedding on the mic. Be like, this bitch moved away to the big city, and we're all sick of it.
Just do a stand-up set.
That sounds like a dream come true.
Yeah.
You turn it into an episode of Jerry Springer.
Yeah. Film it. Put it on the internet.
If you're going there, that's a solid move. And we'll help you write it. We'll spitball it with you, too.
Wonderful.
What's her name? Just a first name.
Teresa.
Yeah.
Teresa the pastor. Yeah. Mother Teresa.
Yeah.
That's what we call her.
Exactly.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah. Always, woe is me, and it's just always centered and just like, good heaven.
What's she say is hard? What's hard about being the pastor?
Oh, I just tune it out. I don't even know.
Maybe
having to talk to people. And it's just so hard to write sermons. And,
sounds like neither one of you like people. Really talking to people.
It's the Midwest. We can't talk about our feelings.
You're like, she's a bitch, but I don't know. I never listened to her.
It sounds like every 45-year-old guy who's given up on life talking about his wife. She's a bitch.
Here we go.
I stopped listening to her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there any?
I'm trying to figure out a way to just duck out and go to a bar somewhere and just ignore them, but.
Yeah, I think you should definitely make the whole day about you. I think you should definitely dip out early and get everyone pissed off and totally hijack the day. That's always a good plan.
Just take an edible before and go. Does everyone hate
would
me?
Notice.
Take a really potent edible and then just go. And then that way you'll be so paranoid about yourself, you'll actually start to enjoy your sister.
There we go.
Yeah. Oh my God. Do I actually love her?
Yeah. Do ecstasy, maybe. Then you will love her.
Now we're talking.
Yeah, then you will love
her. Is there any silver lining you see? Any family members that you're excited to reconnect with at this wedding?
That's a good question.
I saw them all probably. All the ones that I would. It's not we don't have a big family. And all the ones that, I mean, I guess I would be, I saw a couple weeks at her bridal shower, and like I only see them like once or twice a year anyway. Like I'm good for a year.
So no one.
No, not really. Nope.
I think we're seeing that maybe you might be the problem of the family. I don't know. Is that, you think that
And
could be
that's
accurate? Okay.
Could sure could be.
All right. Well, I like that you're upfront about it.
Yeah. You seem to have a good self-awareness on this situation.
So what did her bridal shower have that yours didn't, that you're so upset about?
It existed. It happened.
Oh,
okay.
I didn't have one.
Sounds like the problem's your mom, though. I mean, I'll be honest with you. Your mom's
Yeah,
causing
absolutely.
division. She's causing division here.
Yes. Yes.
It's not right that your mom did that to you, though. She didn't do a bridal shower for you, but she did one for your sister. That's not right.
That's not right.
Oh, yeah.
I think you should bring it up on the wedding day, perhaps during the
No.
speech.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I don't think that they're like doing speeches. I don't know. I haven't been asked to do one. Thank God.
I can't imagine why.
Right. Exactly.
Well, the thing about a wedding is if there's a microphone there, no one's going to stop you from taking that microphone. So I think you got to take what's yours, and you just got to get it off your chest, as Dusty said.
And maybe even take it the other way, though, right? You take the mic and you just get real delusional with it, and you talk about how close you and your sister are and how
There we
much
go.
everything.
Little reverse psychology.
Yeah, just say it's been really nice over the last few years. I love that you've moved to Milwaukee. I get to come and visit you in the big city. We go to the Fawn statue together, and
Right.
I love your messages on Sunday mornings. They're so great.
You're a good
Right.
pastor. You
God,
care
I said
about
every
people.
week.
Yeah, I'm even thinking of not being an atheist based on your sermons.
Yeah, you should definitely bring up your atheism at her wedding. That would be a good move.
Yeah. And, like, it's not even something that like my family knows. It's like that.
But don't be an atheist just because of your
that
sister.
Needs to,
Yeah.
No. Like that's just not something. Our family knows that. Like that you believe in. You on.
I wonder if you
Crazy.
prayed more, if you might have better cell phone service.
Yeah.
You know,
That could
you
be.
should try asking the good
Great.
Lord for some of those.
What do you have like Cricket Wireless or what's going on?
No, we're just in the middle of effing nowhere. We haven't had power for 11 days. The cell service the tower keeps collapsing up on the hill, and it's the whole situation.
Sounds like you need to move to Milwaukee. They have great service.
There we go. We have better cell phone coverage.
Yeah, the thing about big cities is you can hear every word you say.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Yeah. I don't know that we solved anything on this phone call, but I think we all understand each other better, you know?
I like that you just
Yeah.
agree with us. You're like, there you go.
Yeah.
And you're very agreeable for someone that hates their sister and the Lord.
Right. I do my best.
Yeah. When was the last time did you grow up in the church? Was that
I
or no?
did.
Oh, you did. Okay, so you're the
Yeah.
one rebelling. She's the one embracing.
Right. Yep.
Got it. You guys went polar opposite ways there. Holy smokes.
Yes.
What?
Yeah, we went polar opposite in a lot of ways, and I mean, even in our jobs too. And it's like she still kind of thinks that she, understands me, all this. Now, I work hours a week, 4 months straight, pretty much, and no, working at a camp is not easy peasy. So.
Oh, you work at a camp.
I do. Yeah, I work at a camp and retreat center, maintenance and housekeeping and all that kind of stuff. Everything in between.
Well, camps are basically a form of religion anyway, if you think about it.
And you seem a little woe is me about it. I think you and your sister are a lot alike here.
Are you twins?
I'd like to get her on the phone. I'd like to get Teresa on the phone here.
Well, that's what we talked about. We talked to a lot of these people. We got to get the other side of the story.
Oh, yeah.
But we would be bartending when we
Right.
do that podcast.
Yeah.
So it's on the other side of the bar.
You got Teresa's number? Can we give her a call? See if we can work this out?
I mean, come on, it's Milwaukee. Don't you have it?
I don't know. I got to go to the places where there are pastors. I'm Catholic, so we
okay.
we call them priests, you know.
Your sister wouldn't fly in the Catholic Church.
Not
no.
quite.
Right.
Not yet. Give it a few decades yet.
She could be a nun, though, if she wants.
Yeah, but...
Good.
It kind of just sounds like you're going through your angsty teenager phase, you know, like, fuck you, Mom. You know, rebel against everything.
Well, I mean,
I hate everyone, all of that.
I think get out of town, you know, get some space. Maybe you get out of town, get some space. You'll be like, oh, you know what? Teresa's on to something here. You got to get away from this family.
Do you have a good therapist or bartender that you see on a regular basis?
Bartender, absolutely.
Bartender. Nice.
That's all you need.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, we gave you a good starting point here, and I think you take reflect on what we've said here, take that to your bartender, and just do weekly checkups on where you're at, you know?
Yeah, this conversation has gone belly up, I think.
I think so. Yeah.
That was like when we named the podcast. We're like, we need to make sure it's bellied up.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just belly up.
Oh, yeah.
And, yeah.
Yeah. But if you do get better service, call us back because we may have misheard some of the stuff that you said. But we do hope that you and your sister, at the end of the day, find the peace and the love that you both so deserve.
I'm going to hold my breath.
Okay. Well, don't do it too long.
But
or you won't make it to the
thank
wedding.
you for the right, Arn.
Yeah, just
but thanks for the advice.
just do some drugs before
Grab
the
that
wedding.
mic and
You're good.
I recommend
can't go.
ecstasy or LSD before the wedding and just let it all hang out. And then let them go. I forgot your name, but let them go has fallen apart.
Yeah.
Yeah. Smart.
Whatever you do, just hijack the whole wedding from your sister. That's actually the best way to get back at her.
Yeah.
There we go. Well, thanks for calling in today. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. The cell phone coverage. And hope you guys have a great rest. Tell your folks I said hi and watch out for.
You watch out for deer too. That I caught.
What? Oh, deer.
We'll see you soon. Yeah. Nice gal.
Yeah.
You know?
Seemed like,
on the surface. And I
seems
felt
like our
we
head was
started-
on straight.
Yeah.
It's typical family dynamic stuff here, you know? And girls especially, they need that relationship with their mother, or else you can become an atheist with bad service, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it does seem like she has had a falling out with her mom.
Yeah.
And then her mom has put her energy into Teresa.
Mm-hmm.
And then Teresa moved to Milwaukee and is doing well.
It just, kind of a glow up phase for Teresa.
And then this other lady that I forgot her name is just bitter. Stacy is just bitter about it. And Stacy has got a husband. She said she got her husband out of going to the wedding. I don't know how she did that. It's tough to explore anything with the phone signal.
The phone signal, yeah.
I wish my wife would get me out of that stuff.
Yeah.
I know. We did have to give her props for that, you know, and we forgot, but had the service been better. I wanted to know, and I don't think we were going to get a readable story, but where did the split happen? You know, does this go back to childhood? Did it happen recently? Because I think we could have really gotten a little bit more, but
yeah, it might be that this has been happening her whole life. Like her parents forgot to throw her a birthday party, and then her sister got this one with a bouncy castle and like the whole thing, and it's just been going on and on.
Yeah, I think she should, abandon her family a little bit. I think just give some space. Make your family come to you.
Yeah, play a little hardball.
Yeah.
Don't go. Yeah, if you're at a bar, don't go hit on a girl. You hang back and have her come to you.
Yeah, and get a job. Don't just work at a camp.
All good things. All good starting points.
Well, yeah.
No, I know it's a real job. I'm sure it is.
It's a job for sure.
Well, I have a lot of hope
all right,
for her.
kids, gather around.
We're all just doing a bit here. This is comedy, and everybody's great.
What was her name again?
Stacy.
Stacy's
mom's kind of a bitch.
Yeah.
Stacey's
I've heard she's got it going on.
Yeah, I wonder if that might have started it,
Yeah.
She sounded of the age when Stacy's mom had come out, and she had to deal with that, and Teresa didn't, because there's no Teresa's mom.
True.
It's too many syllables.
Sounds like Stacy and her dad hate their mom, and her poor mom just has Teresa.
Yeah.
So she's like, let me try to hang on to my one daughter.
Yeah. And that's pissing off the daughter she's already lost.
One thing that's just crazy is how weddings can just bring out the worst in families.
Yeah.
Weddings and
noticed that
lake
before?
houses.
Yeah.
If someone leaves you a lake house, leaves the family a lake house, people will. I got a buddy. It happened. And then now the family is torn apart because someone just didn't sell off the lake house. Yeah, keep pulling my mic cord.
I like to think that Teresa, being a pastor, is going to officiate her own wedding.
I was wondering that
That's
too.
the kind of person she is.
She's a bad bitch.
Yeah.
She literally goes from the what do you call it, mediator? Oh no, that's when they get divorced. Officiant, and then steps over to the thing.
Yeah.
I see her being a little control freak.
That's what I think too.
Yeah, I imagine she's a big control freak.
And then Stacy's standing there drunk. Where's my husband?
High on LSD and and all the other club drugs.
No, Stacy seems fun. She agreed with everything we said, and she did, didn't she? She goes, well, there you go.
We've kind of found that a lot of people take our shitty advice very well on this podcast.
Is there you go a Northern Michigan expression, you think? Well, there you go.
There you have it. There you go.
Probably.
I think so.
Yeah, I never thought
you
about
hear
that.
it up there.
Okay.
You get up to the UP a lot?
Well, I used to. There's a lot of not good comedy gigs up there. I like the UP. It's very beautiful, but there's no good comedy gigs.
Yeah. But
I did go up there. I saw an eagle up there one
Did
time.
you? Bald eagle?
Yeah.
Or,
Bald eagle. Yeah.
They got a lot of them up there.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Yeah.
And I will raise you up on eagle's wings.
We grew up Catholic.
I feel like I'm being serenaded here.
Yeah. We're trying to convert you right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll come if we got you to the final verse. Beg you to shine like the sun. And we've lost all our
Well, I'm
listeners.
Christian, you know what I mean? So I'm in, I'm in already. And
that's like if you go to a Catholic mass, it's like that's how everyone just sings. They don't actually sing; they just move their mouth and hum a little bit.
Oh,
yeah. They just give that
in
a go.
Latin, they don't even.
They sometimes Latin. Yeah, they've been going back to that. I don't know why.
Yeah.
They changed the script too. So then if you go with your parents, you say the wrong words and they know.
Well, that was like kind of there was a couple of years there when they changed all of the responses in the service. You knew who was not going to church and not because people were blurting out the old responses. And you're like, you haven't been to church in a year.
It's like going to see the Red Hot Chili Peppers, but you haven't heard an album since Californication.
Oh, yeah.
One of those.
I hate when that happens. Yeah.
It's a bummer.
You're like, give it away, give it. Oh,
It's a song that sounds kind of the same, but not that.
Yeah.
Damn you, Anthony Kiedis. Oh, man. Well, dude, this was very fun.
I had a great time. I drank a coffee and wore a corduroy shirt, and I'm getting hot. I'm sweating.
Are you? Well, if you got to use a Porta-Potty, we know what's going to happen with that corduroy shirt.
Yeah, it's going to get messed up. It's going to be off. Hopefully there's a hook in there to hang it.
That's what we should have told Gabe.
Yeah, you need a clothes hooks.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit of a closet. Maybe a lot of clothes hangers in there.
That would be nice.
It would be nice to have some hangers.
A little dry cleaning
Ironing
bag,
board.
even.
Yeah.
Ironing board.
Have a little window where there's a guy. Go, can you hang on to this while I'm in here?
Coat check.
Yeah.
Coat check.
Yeah.
That'd be good. We're really onto something with that.
Porta Gabe.
Well, Dusty, before we let you go, man, why don't let people know where you're playing again, where they can find some tickets.
DustySlade.com is where you get tickets. Sometimes people will go, I wanted to come to your show, but the tickets are $450. I'm like, well, you're looking at the wrong place.
That's
Don't be
StubHub.
don't be deceived. DustySlade.com. But just for Wisconsin people, I mean, in August 15th, I'll be in Madison. August 16th, I'll be in Milwaukee with Teresa. November 21st and 22nd, I'm in Wausau, Wisconsin, and Green Bay, Wisconsin. But my announcement is come out today, as of April 8th, for my second half of my tour. So a lot of dates. On DustySlade.com.
Wonderful.
It'd be funny if you got the other side of the story from Teresa. Like she came up to you after the show. Was like, that bitch.
I hope Teresa's a listener.
I have a feeling that maybe she is, because I feel like Stacy would do some kind of petty stuff like this, like implanted in the podcast she listens to.
I think so.
Yeah.
Could be a roundabout way to get uninvited from the wedding.
I hope Teresa listens and doubles down on the invitation.
Yeah.
She doesn't let her out of it.
Promotes her to maid of honor.
Ask for a speech. Yeah. That's what I hope.
That's what the Lord would want in this situation. Turn the other cheek.
Yes.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, Dusty, thanks for coming on, man.
Thanks
is great.
for having me. I appreciate you guys.
Appreciate you.
And guys, thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Bellied Up Podcast. Remember to tip your bartender. We'll see you the next one.